dogs with me. So if you see a bunch of dogs just walking around in the background, that's all of my boys. But yeah, so today me and Kai are actually doing some separate videos. So this is my part. And his list will obviously be a lot different than mine since I've seen a few anime that he hasn't. He has seen some that I haven't. We're still going down the list and seeing which ones we actually, are going to watch together. I still got to watch Erased. It's a few other ones on Netflix that I still have to check out also. So yeah, those will be coming, or reviews on those will actually be coming soon. But to start it off, a lot of people didn't know Naruto was, when I was a kid, was like the first, not Naruto. Let's go back. The first animes that actually got me into anime or even interested came on Toonami at night, and only a few people know about these. I bring them up so often, but a lot of people don't catch it. So if you remember Big O was a great show, and it's kind of like Batman. It's just, Bruce Wayne with a mech. That's what it sounded like to me. Big O, Inuyasha, and Cowboy Bebop. All of those I would watch at night, and then when I actually got old enough to understand and register, Naruto was technically the first anime that I watched start to finish. Didn't skip any episodes, knew exactly what was going on with all the characters, all of that. So when I started paying attention, some people will say Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon. Yes, I was heavy in Yu-Gi-Oh ever since I was from a little kid to all the way high school. So I actually just got back into Yu-Gi-Oh. I got some cards up there on my shelf, which I can't show you guys right now. But yes, Big O, Inuyasha, and Cowboy Bebop played a very, very vital role. Just because when I would watch, I'm a person who just kind of gets up at night from time to time, and those shows would be on. And if I couldn't go to sleep to go, before school, that's what I'd be watching until I got, either went to sleep or just what I was watching until I had to go to school. So, and they were pretty good shows. They weren't bad. If you pay attention to the story, the character development, the characters out of those three shows, a lot of people actually like Cowboy Bebop. I'm pretty sure not a lot of people that even remember Big O. Because it wasn't something that was shown unless you were up at 12, 11, 2, or 3 in the morning. So, if you haven't, I'll actually be uploading some stuff just to show you what Big O looks like. It's pretty good. I'm pretty sure you can go watch it on Crunchyroll, if not Funimation for sure, because it is one of the pretty good animes that I love watching. So, which kind of evolved, kind of going over the years. I want to say my top 5 right now. This is just my top 5 anime, and I know a lot of people probably not going to agree with it, but this is once again my list. So, number 1, we're going with One Piece. One Piece is something that just kind of crept up in my heart. Yes, I was watching it as a kid. Watched a few all the way until the Alabasta arc, and I think I just fell off and stopped watching it. And I was probably when I was younger. So I was watching One Piece. I did know what was going on. I did know, all that stuff. And then fast forward to 2020. That's when I actually got back into it. I got COVID one time, and instead of being out for 2 weeks, I was damn near out for almost a month. So in that time, I just needed something to watch. Something to watch. Or no. 2020, I didn't get COVID. 2021, I got COVID. It was 2020 in December, and then it was January 21. So a little bit of both. But regardless, the entire time I was in COVID, I restarted One Piece from Skypiea. Skypiea all the way up until at the time, probably that was the beginning of Wano. That was animated. No, I didn't read any of the manga from that point. So I might have missed out on a bunch of good frames, but I was just watching all anime at that point. And yeah, caught up from Skypiea all the way up, and One Piece gave me a shock, He gave me feelings that rare moments in Naruto happen. Like, yeah, I cried when Itachi died and Jiraiya died and Asuma died, just because Asuma was my favorite character at first. The jump from him, the jump to Jiraiya, and it just seemed like I was getting bad luck at that point because all of them were dying, and then boom, it was Itachi. Just because the crows and the Sharingan, it was crazy when I was drawing. That was the one thing that I always would draw was his crows and his Sharingan. And then he died. So, but overall, Itachi's still my favorite character, no less. I'm never changing from that. He's the goat in my eyes, honestly. If we look all the way down to it. Outside of that, yeah, back to One Piece. I can kind of jump off of a tangent. One Piece has characters that also kind of touch you a little bit more than Naruto does. The actual story is captivating, and it's kind of like some of the stuff we're kind of dealing with today. Not only just that, there are other arcs that kind of relate to me a little bit more than Naruto did. And I love all the characters. Like, I obviously don't think there's one character in One Piece that I just really, really don't like. Probably besides little like gag characters. I just hate gag characters just off the basis that sometimes they're just not well written or they're just not funny. Like, it's the author's type of humor. Sometimes it's not our humor. So outside of that, from One Piece being number one, we're going to number two. Number two is Attack on Titan, which this is a perfect example of why this shirt is on. Attack on Titan was a show that I started as soon as it came out. A lot of people didn't work on it. It was like 2017, maybe 2016, possibly, when Attack on Titan I think came out. I could be wrong. Just know when it came out, I was one of the first people to check it out. And I was liking it. I did not like Eren. I hated him. Everybody that knew me at the time knew, or that was watching it with me at the time knew that I didn't like Eren. He was a crybaby. He had powers, but somehow, some way, ended up crying every single time. And yeah, there were some dramatic moments in there that, some people would say, well, wouldn't you cry? Well, yeah, but it was other times where I'm like, man, he just could have like grabbed the balls that I thought he had at that time and do something about it. Now, when season 3 came out, all that changed. I took a hiatus from Attack on Titan, actually, from that's how bad I hated Eren, until when they released the parts where we get the long-haired Eren, we get the plot, the build-up into actually what's going on. That all, like, I've watched a lot of anime. That definitely solidified it being a great show to me, because I wasn't prepared for anything that they had going on. I didn't really read the manga until it was like the rumbling, the rumbling, obviously, but so I do know the ending. I know what the one of the endings is. They said there is a possible second ending that's like unconfirmed, I'm pretty sure. But the switch up from Eren's character from this would-be like kid to this badass. Let's just put it where it is. He's a fucking badass for doing exactly what he fucking needed to do. I love that, and that's why Eren also creeped up in my top 10 of favorite characters in anime in general, which I'm gonna go over also, just so might as well. But yeah, Attack on Titan just hit me with the curveball that I needed, that made me love the show again, and it sits at number 2, just because I know a lot of people might say, "Oh, well, these are a bunch of mainstreams." Okay, just wait. I got some curveballs for you. Got some curveballs. At number three is good old Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I love it. It's honestly in a lot of people's like top 3s, top 5s. It's some people's number 1s. I love it. All of the homunculi, I love every single one of them. They're all done great. Gluttony is actually my favorite homunculus. No, my bad, it's Pride. Pride is my favorite homunculus because of his moment with Gluttony. That's my favorite scene from Full Metal Alchemist, honestly. It's messed up, but it's a really, really in-depth scene to show how vicious and ferocious Pride was. Because when he ate Gluttony, it was... I show people that scene all the time. That scene is kind of crazy. That is a wild scene. So every time I just look at it, I just rewatch it and I'm like, I love this scene. It's so messed up because I love Gluttony. He's like a little kid, but Pride's a badass. But King Bradley definitely comes after him because that dude's a walking problem, and it took a few people to have to solve it. A few, not like he's cracked. He's cracked and crazy. But Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood also has a great story. Full Metal Alchemist, yeah, obviously a continuation from the story, and it's okay. It's okay, but Brotherhood does something that's a little bit different. Just certain parts that I know exactly that I'm saying, like English dub or Japanese, like it's the same. And it's amazing. It's amazing to me, positively, like overall, it's super good. So, from Full Metal Alchemist, dropping it at 3. Number 4 is crazy. It's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So, if people can see right there, okay, I love JoJo's. Okay, my first dog, his name is Dio. Okay, my car's name is Giorno, and I plan on getting a bunch of like tattoos that kind of reference JoJo, just because JoJo's was a show that I just seen memes about. Just seen so many memes about. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this? Who is this person? The first person I learned about was Dio, just because I believe I've seen a video of like some of the coolest people, and he popped up. And for the people who know, Dio is a sick fuck. But that's what we love. Well, that's what I love about him. I don't know what they love about him, but I love Dio. Dio is like perfect in my eyes. That's why I named my dog. They kind of have the same like, I would say complex when it came down to it. Kind of acted like a Dio for sure. Outside of that though, but JoJo's part, Stardust Crusaders. I'm not gonna lie, Phantom Blood wasn't my favorite. Stardust Crusaders, great. Part 4, Moria, it's pretty good. I like it. Kira, obviously, Chef's Kiss, the best character in Part 4. Part 5, that is actually my favorite. Even though I love Dio, Dio is my favorite character out of JoJo's all around. Even though I love Stardust Crusaders and a little bit of Phantom Blood. Golden Wind is probably my favorite part because I have so many characters that I love out of there. 2 of them that I love that I cannot get over is Giorno and Bucciarati, which both of the character development and just overall character designs and the story behind both of those is so complex, along with Doppio, Mista, Abacure, all of them have complex stories to them. And that's what I love about it. That's just what I love about it. I love the story, the stance. Like I can't watch JoJo's in English. It just doesn't sound right. All the stand-ins has to be Japanese because it sounds better. And the voice acting in Japanese is way better. At least in my opinion. That's my opinion. But JoJo's, it's really impacted me a lot. I love it. It's a great story. Some people can't get into it because of the art. I mean, we have a bunch of weird looking art anime that are out there. Like, just give it a try. It's perfect. It's worth it. It's not that long. It's not One Piece. It's not Naruto. It's a little bit short. It's shorter than both. Also, we can't forget Part 6, Stone Ocean. But we also have, what I heard, some great news. Steel Ball Run's coming up. I think October or September, maybe. I can't wait for it to come out. JoJo Lands is still, I'm pretty sure they're still pumping out chapters on that too, which I can't wait to dive into it just because of the stands that I heard are going to be in it and who's going to be in it. Can't wait to honestly see that. But yeah, JoJo's is a solid 4. In my opinion, I love it. It's absolutely perfect. The top 5, the last one, the top 5, is reincarnated as a slime. Now, some people might say, like, why would you put that up there? Like, there's a bunch of other anime there that might be, which, in your opinion, that might be, the case. I actually currently finished reincarnated as a slime in January, I believe. Yeah, I think it was January. So it's fresh, but the story, the overall, like, I know it's just different than what I'm usually watching. Because like I watch Black Clover, Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm waiting for Jujutsu Kaisen to get good before because it's definitely in the top 10. Jujutsu Kaisen is actually number 6. Um, Reincarnated as a Slime is a really good show. I love it. I absolutely. Oh, also, my bad. Since we're like doing the references, so in One Piece, I have all of the One Piece posters here. My dog's name, you guys can't see them; they're all asleep right now. Is Kozuki Odin, which is my little small black dog, and Porcus the Ace. So, and my next dog's name will probably be something from Jujutsu Kaisen. I haven't picked it out just yet, but it is coming up soon, so pick it up. But jumping back, yeah, reincarnated as a slime. Rimuru, I think. Well, that's the thing. The craziest part is Rimuru isn't my favorite character. He's my second favorite character in this. My actual favorite character in Reincarnated is a slime. He's actually Maline Naga, which is crazy. It's super, super crazy, but she's super strong. But she's super playful. Her powers are crazy. She's the oldest, well respected. All of the above. I love it. I absolutely love it. Reincarnated as Slime is just a perfect show. And season 4 or season 4. Season 3 only had like 5 episodes or something like that, or it might be season 3. Season 3 is coming out in 2024, which I'm pissed about because I'm pretty sure it was supposed to come out this year at the end, but I'm pretty sure some like production stuff came up. So that kind of sucks that that's not coming out this year, and I have to wait another few months for it to come out because I'm pretty sure it comes out in the spring. But that's just like my top 5 animes that I just love. I absolutely love right now, which could change obviously. New anime pop out every day or every month. I would say that there's been some new ones that I've seen. Was it Zom 100? That's a pretty good. That's a super pretty good anime that I actually just started into, and it's not that bad. It's actually, I'm not really into like the gory, scary animes that much. I'm really into the fight ones, so it doesn't really, it wasn't my cup of tea. But Chainsaw Man, that's another show that I absolutely love. That show is great. On top of Chainsaw Man, we have one sec, I think about it. Let's see if I have any of them up here. I don't have any of the new ones. Ranking of Kings. If people have not seen it, Ranking of Kings is actually a perfect show, and that's creeping up in my top 10 into my top 15 for sure. But Ranking of Kings is perfect, and it's a kid friendly show. So if you wanted to like show your kids this show, it's kid friendly. It's really just about a little boy who's just really just making his dreams possible with a disability, and it's worth it. It's worth it. It kept me on the edge of my seat. The music in it is absolutely great. Also, God of High School. That is a show that a lot of people don't watch or really didn't watch, and I mean, it's only 12 episodes out right now, but once it does, or if it does pick back up, because I did hear it was picking back up. Once it does pick back up, I think a lot of people. I think a lot of people will actually get into it and will enjoy it because I enjoyed it. And it's like, if you can really enjoy anime in 12 episodes and you keep it to like, oh, okay, I remember the show. I'll be waiting on this show when it comes out just so I can, take a look at it. But God of High School, yeah, pretty solid anime. One second. Hellsing. I'm rewatching Hellsing right now. Um, Alucard's pretty crazy. It's a good anime for sure. Trigun Stampede actually came out, I believe, 2 or 3 months ago, and I still have not gotten to that, which I need to get into. Um, and I think to kind of wrap this up, I think I'm going to go through my top 10 favorite anime characters of all time. And once again, this is subject to change, so this is right now. So this is in no order. This is just, I know these are my top 10 that I love, and I know I'm going to always hold on the pedestal. So number one is the one I can think of right off the top of my head, the Lion Set of Pride, Escanor from Seven Deadly Sins. His ideology is what I strive to be at one point in time. So when I actually was watching Seven Deadly Sins, that was my ideology for life. I was really like in the gym most of the time. I like got a god complex. It was crazy. So it was really impactful on me. So he is one person that I absolutely love. He's actually my PlayStation profile picture, which soon will change because I do have a new picture coming up for all of my type of media. So please be on the lookout for that. After that, we have Roman Sukuna, okay, from Jujutsu Kaisen. The reason why is because also the pride issue that Escanor suffers from, Sukuna suffers from it more. And there's not a scene that I haven't seen Sukuna like just simply disrespect someone for disrespecting his pride, or just like him feeling disrespected. Every time he feels disrespected, he disrespects someone. And I love it. I love it. This is just something you can't get over. Like there's nothing you can get over. I absolutely love it. The next character that is in my top 10 is Shishomaru from Inuyasha. The reason why is because he's cooler than the actual main character, and in my opinion, his character design looks way better than the actual character. I love it, but his impact on the story also is pretty decent. What makes the story as interesting as it needs to be. So, since that's already 3 down, the next person I have is Eren Yeager, and we already talked about why he changed his whole aesthetic from the big crybaby all the way up to this, to me, a very, very cocky god level threat, which I absolutely love. I absolutely cannot wait until they finish this season and stop, prolonging it. I want to just hurry up and see the animated just because I know they can do it. Especially Mappa. Mappa gets it done. That's the crazier part of all this. Z Broly. Now, a lot of people are about to say, "Oh, he likes Z Broly." No, Z Broly was literally the first person I seen as a child that made me do some of the things that I did, because when I would see Z movies, it would just make me. I was always bigger than everybody. I was taller, bigger than everybody. So I would always use that when it came to like fighting or anything to an advantage. So I would always try to keep myself as big as possible just so I could take blows from people, but be able to do X, Y, and Z amount of things. Z Broly inspired me throughout my entire life, and I love him. He is an absolute monster. I know all of his catchphrases in Z Fighters that he's actually on my team. Broly is technically the only one who's cemented at a number 1 spot because he is my favorite character out of anything. But since that's 4 down and we still got 6 more to go, here's number 5. It's Don Quixote do Flamingo from One Piece. Now, the reason why I absolutely love Dofi is because, first off, he is sick. He is a sick individual, and he is so funny and sly with it that we just don't care what he does. Like a lot of people say, committed a bunch of murders, genocide, all. He's literally done every single thing that you can do possibly illegal. He's done it, and he does it in such a cool fashion that we're okay with it. We are fine with it. I'm okay with it. Anyone else would be okay with it. So, Don Quixote do Flamingos. String fruit also makes him a lot more to fit his aesthetic because he can use people as puppets or you know a bunch of other stuff. He's very versatile with his devil fruit, so I can't really complain about it. But yeah, no, Don Quixote is definitely in my top five. But speaking of Don Quixote, with all these pause, Dio Brando from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is number 6 in this. And once again, this is no order. This is just me naming off the top 10. I love Dio just because of first off his Japanese voice actor. Absolutely love it. Just because they fitted it with Toji fighting Gojo in Jujutsu Kaisen. Chef's kiss, perfect. I wouldn't change anything about it. But Dio's basically asshole mentality is the funniest thing, and he is so petty that it's really like why? It's so funny. It's because I would even do some of the petty things that he did if I was in his situation, because you can't. It's not all about why would you do it. You do it because you can. So I see exactly what Dio did, half the things that he did. Don't complain to it at all. And once again, I love JoJo, but Dio is my overall favorite. Even though, even his name, Dio in Italian means God. So that's just a cool thing to even know. So the fact that even my dog's name is Dio, and he got that technical nickname after that, it was perfect. So I wouldn't change anything about Dio at all. He was a perfect villain, and that's the other thing. I love villains, so that's probably what a lot of you guys will get anyways. But moving on to number 7, since we only got three after this. Lucky number 7. We are going to go with Itachi Uchiha from Naruto Shippuden. The reason why is because Itachi was the brother that I would say was how I felt about mine. I always wanted to protect him no matter what, even though technically I'm like the younger brother. I feel like a bigger brother, and I try to protect him as much as possible when we were younger. So that just kind of felt like something I really related to. And like I said, his character design, his story, his development is perfect. I wouldn't have changed anything about it. A lot of people say Itachi's overhyped, but when you actually look down, when you read the mangas about him when he was a kid, when you know his full backstory, not just bits and pieces, you know he's a very, very complex character. Very complex and very interesting at that. So I definitely could not leave that out at all. Moving on to number 8. Who? Big Stretch. Jesus. Big Stretch. So, number 8, we have good old Giorno Giovanna. Now, Giorno Giovanna is from also JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5 and Golden Wind. I loved it. Giorno's progression through the entire story left you on the edge of your seat, left you wondering, left you seeing how JoJo evolved, and it was also a very, very saucy season. I mean, like the fits were crazy. It was in Italy, so like some of the music choices and some of the designs, super crazy, and I loved it. I loved it when he became Capone, and his outfit then. It was saucy. It was super crazy. It probably would have been something that I would have worn if I was Capone, especially if I was an Indian. So it was really worth seeing. But Giorno's entire story, his progression throughout the entire thing, on top of being friends with Bucciarati, both of these things make me absolutely love his character and what he does in the story, and he puts it obviously in my top 10. So since that was 8, we got to go ahead and rock to 9. Non is definitely cooler. Cooler. Technically, Cooler is in my top three of Dragon Ball because all of my top five are villains. They're big villains. So you're probably like, what the fuck? Yeah, like all of them are all over 9 feet tall. So all of them are big. Um, Besides, I think Omega Shinra. I think he's like the shortest one, maybe. Possibly. He might be the shortest one. But yeah, Cooler's aesthetic, that little big thing with the horns, like his spinal form, just like how Frieza's spinal form, like his shit. And Cooler's is super, super fucking tough. That was what made me fall in love with him as a kid. Um, his character design, the way he talked to people, it was kind of really, really pulling on my character. I'm like, man, I really like this guy. Really like this guy. And then when I would use him on like PSP or PS2, his moves, I would always study his combos. And I would always win with Supernova. Supernova was a move that I absolutely loved, along with Omega Blaster, which is Broly's from Z. Um, but absolutely loves Cooler's design. He's a big bad. He talks shit just like on Z Fighters. He talks a lot of shit, and I love it. Absolutely fucking love it. But rolling over to number 10, the final last of my top 10. Um, this is kind of hard because there's nobody in my room that's on this top 10. Um, yeah, definitely nobody in the room that's on my top 10 of this one. So I'd probably rather say like my top 10 is probably hmm, that's hard. That's hard. That's hard. Top 10 character. Top 10 character. Hmm. Whew. That is a hard one actually. That is really a hard one. Um, hmm. That's hard. The top 10. Oh, I am so disrespectful. And I'm so stupid. So stupid. Aizen in Bleach. Aizen from Bleach is a bad lad, and honestly, anyone who can like mess with people's minds, like any type, like perceive reality in any type of way, yeah, you're definitely a go for me. I absolutely love Aizen. His mind tricks are crazy. He's the like, oh, you thought I was about to do this, but I actually did this type of guy, which is just like Dio. He's this guy who's just like, oh, you thought you found my plan? No, that wasn't part of my plan. Duh. So I absolutely love Aizen in Bleach. And the Thousand Year Blood War arc Aizen looks absolutely amazing. And I mean the way they do him, at least they give him justice. At least they didn't kill him, which is what I'm really really glad about. Is they didn't kill him because Bleach is good at that. But yeah, Aizen definitely wraps it out for me for a 10. The rest of the list, me and Kyle probably do, and but I'll have more time to actually think about it and go through it. But yeah, so this was my video on my part of what got me into anime and what anime kind of like affected my life and what did it do for me. So we'll be waiting on Kai's upload, which will be coming. And if you guys want to just chime in, tell me in the comments below, or send us a DM or anything. We're always open to talk about anything, any type of discussions. What you can do is hit us up at my bad, Anime Clubhouse 314 on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all of the above. We can talk about it, or if, like I said, drop a comment. Subscribe. You know, just in case, because we're going to be dropping a lot more videos now. Just because Kai's had some stuff going on, and I had to settle in some things. So, if you guys have any questions, don't be afraid to hit us up. Please leave a like, and hope you guys enjoyed.